Winners, butt kickers, champions. Great day and good evening to you, my friends. I hope everyone's having an incredible weekend. I hope your Saturday is going great. I hope you're getting your batteries recharged. And whether you're kicking it at the casa or if you're out and about bopping around doing whatever it is that you do tonight, I hope you're having a good time. That being said, I just wanted to record a real quick message for you guys and encourage you to pursue whatever it is that you're passionate about, because I remember that once upon a time I hated what I was doing. I didn't like the type of work that I was in. I was completely 100% unsatisfied, and I would wake up every day grinding my teeth going, I don't like what I'm doing. However, it pays my bills, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing that kind of a deal. And my dad had given me some really good advice whenever I was a kid, and I was eager to start working and all this kind of fun stuff. I wanted to start making money. I was 15 years old. Nobody hired 15-year-old kids at the time. I think they still don't. And the only place that would hire a 15-year-old was CC's Pizza, right? And I remember I went and I put an application in, and I got denied. And I went there the next week and I put an application in, and I got denied. And I went the next week and I put an application in, and I got denied. And I did this for 2.5 to 3 months before the manager was just finally like, I'm not gonna get rid of you, am I, kid? I'm like, nope, I'll be here next week if you don't take me on now. And he took me on, right? And I got my first job, and I was bussing tables at CC's Pizza. From there, I believe I went to HEB. From there, I believe I went to Sonic. From there, I believe I went to Jack in the Box, and I was working all these crap jobs, right? And don't hear what I'm not saying. If somebody is listening to this and you happen to be in a phase of your life that you're working at one of these places, it doesn't mean it's a crap job, but it's definitely not anything that should be the end-all to be-all, in my opinion. Can that be a stepping stone? Yes, it was for me. But in the grand scheme of things, if you want to talk about money earning potential, it goes into the category of crap job. But my dad encouraged me. He said, well, you know what? You need to go work some crap jobs. And you're young. There's not a lot of people that are going to hire you. You don't have any expertise. And the only thing that you can get hired on is the bottom of the barrel stuff right now. And I want you to go work those jobs. I want you to be uncomfortable. I want you to not like it. I want you to take a look at the other people that are working there with you that happen to be in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. And I want you to realize that if you don't someday get serious, get some goals, get motivated, and pull your head out of your butt, you're going to be one of them 30, 40, 50-year-olds that's sitting there working the same job that you hate, right? And it put a burn in me to go, all right, I can be a hard worker, and I can work these jobs, and I can look at them as a stepping stone, but I know one day this isn't going to be the thing that I'm doing. And I went on and I worked at other places. I did telemarketing for a while. I was a personal trainer in a gym for a little bit. I sold gym memberships for a little bit. I went to the Navy for 6 years and I served. And then I got out and I stayed in the medical field for a while. But all the while I was doing stuff that I didn't want to do for an amount of time that I didn't want to do it. During a time of day that I didn't want to be doing it, for an amount of money that wasn't enough, and it just ate me up. And at the age of 22, I decided I'm going to start pursuing something outside of the norm, outside of the box, abstract way of creating income, and I'm going to find out what I'm passionate about and what I want to do with my life. And come heck or high water, I'm going to get out of this rut of doing something that I do not love, all for the sake of I need to pay bills. And want to know what? Man, I put the blinders on. I started working hard. I put in work. I started stretching myself. I started getting around successful people. I started reading books. I started listening to audio CDs. I started putting miles on my car, building a business that I was building at the time. I was averaging 50,000 miles a year on my car. I remember there was a period of time with this business team that I was working with. I was living in Virginia, but I had a buddy of mine, Leo, that he was living in Virginia too, but his sphere of influence was all down in Miami. And I had another guy on my team by the name of Jesse, who was in the military and living in Virginia at the time, but his sphere of influence happened to be in New York. And so I did this for 3 months. Every other weekend, I would drive from Virginia 14, 15 hours down to Miami, Florida. Spend the weekend there, spend a day there, not even the weekend. We would drive all through Friday night, get there 10, 11 o'clock Saturday morning, eat breakfast, hadn't slept, would take showers, sleep deprivated as all get out, do what we needed to do sitting down on appointments on Saturday, and then Saturday night we'd hit the road again and drive all the way through the night. Still hadn't slept, 2 drivers going back and forth trying to keep each other awake and stay safe on the road, kind of a deal. And then we'd get back on Sunday. And then the following weekend, I'd put Jesse in the car with me, and I would drive 8 hours up to New York, and I would do what I had to do there, and I'd drive back down. And every other weekend, man, it was down to Florida, up to New York, down to Florida, up to New York, down to Florida, up to New York. And the entire time I'm reading books, I'm listening to CDs, I'm doing what I have to. And it was a grind, right? There's a meme that you'll see or a saying that you'll hear that you grind in your 20s, you build in your 30s, and you chill in your 40s. And that's possible to do that if you are willing to invest a decade of your life and do what you need to do to chase down your dreams, whatever it might be, right? And so I did that deal. I invested my 20s into my early 30s. I'm still kind of early 30s. I turned 34 this year, so I'm about to be hitting mid 30s. And I put forth a lot of work, and there wasn't a whole lot of reward from it on the outside. There wasn't a whole lot of tangible things that had manifested in my life, but I was changing on the inside, right? And eventually, once I hit 31, 32, the harvest from all that hard work started to come up. And now that I'm 32, 33, things are starting to get really good, but I'm not established. I haven't succeeded. I'm not on the top of my game. I'm not firing on all cylinders yet. My empire isn't built, but it's getting there, right? And it's a cool thing because if you're willing to do all that, if you are willing to seek out people that are in life where you want to be and sit at their feet and let them teach you, if you're willing to read the books that they recommend that you read, if you're willing to listen to the CDs and the audios that they're suggesting that you study, if there's meetings where there's a master of the minds, right, and you have a weekend event or a conference or a function that you can go to where you can get around other successful people and be stretched mentally like you've never been stretched before, and you learn from that. And then whenever you're not at these meetings, whenever you're not reading these books, whenever you're not listening to these audios, you're putting into practice the things that you're learning, studying, and feeding your mind, and you're doing the work, and then you're putting in the smart work. Then you're doing the hard work, you're doing the smart work. You're doing the hard work, you're doing the smart work. If you will do this for enough amount of time, and if you will sow enough seed, there will be a harvest in your life. And once that happens, baby, it starts getting really, 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 really good. So if you're listening to this and you're not living the life that you want to live, if you're not working the job that you want to work, if you don't love what you're doing, do not spend your life doing whatever the heck it is that you don't love. Life is short, baby, and you were put here for a purpose, for a reason, and it for darn sure wasn't to do something Monday through Friday that you can't stand to try to unwind on the weekend and then get ticked off on Sunday night because you got to do it all over again Monday morning. You are here for more than that, I promise you. And if you think that you're trapped in this rut and in this 9 to 5 and in this grind and that your life can't change, that's false. It can change if you are willing to change it. And that's the cool thing. It's in the palm of your hands to be able to do, right? Because we can create anything we want to create. We can do anything we want to do. We can go anywhere we want to go. We can be anything that we want to be if you're willing to roll up your sleeves and put in the work. So, man or woman, if you're not happy with where you're at, change it. Because if nothing changes, then nothing changes, right? So if you need to start doing today things that are above and beyond what the average person is willing to do so that you can live tomorrow the way that the average person isn't going to live, do that. Today is Saturday. Did I hang out a little bit with my son today, throw the football with him, throw the baseball to him, right? Get to hang out a little bit with my son? Yes. But a good portion of the day, I was chasing my dream, I was helping people, I was blowing up social media, and I was getting the darn job done. And tomorrow, I'm gonna do the exact same thing. But Vincent, I don't wanna work 7 days a week. It's on my own terms. And to me, it's not work. I'm doing what I love to do. It's what I'm passionate about. I can't stop doing this. There's nobody standing over me saying, Vincent, you have to do it. I'm looking in the mirror and going, I can't stop doing it. Why? Because I found what I love to do. And I encourage you to do the same. So anyways, just a late night rant from your buddy the Fat Killer. And if this even sparked a little bit of hope, a little bit of drive, a little bit of belief in one person, then it was worth recording. And if the rest of y'all are watching this going, he's a madman, hey, at least I made sense to one. So anyways, over and out. Vincent Rose with H2G Fitness. The future is bright. Something good is happening. You guys take care. Be blessed. Over and out. Do not spend your life doing something you hate, and chase your dreams with everything that you have in you. Peace.